In magic realism, you're allowed to actually break that boundary of realism and go somewhere else and give it the knowledge that you want, and then come back and continue on with the story. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, you can be very gentle with it. For example, the migrant woman goes to the school and she takes her stories to the school, and then she's trying to explain to these young children who have absolutely no hook to hang her understandings on. There's no connections because they don't understand, they can't understand. It's not possible. Their stories are quite different. And she finally what she does is change her experience into an old myth. She tells it as a mythological thing of the wolf coming into the city, which is actually Hitler, obviously, and very obviously. And she has the shadow story on the wall at the same time. So she starts off with the wolf's shadow, like we do with kids when you have to do a dog shadow, like this. So she starts off with that, and then the shadows take over the wall and she sort of works them with her voice. All these people seem the same, don't they? But the wolves thought not. They thought that some were making the beautiful city an impure city. So this is what happened. The wall darkened as it became a mass of shifting shadows, which separated into many wolves and a few people. The people who the wolves didn't like had different types of names from their own. They looked different from these people. Maybe they were gypsy or Jewish. Maybe they thought that a different family of wolves should control the beautiful city. But always the first wolf said who could stay and who had to be sent away or killed. Many voices shouting filled the room, all shouting the same two words that sounded like "see hail," and the wolves became more frantic, snapping and biting at the few people left. Someone in the class laughed. Catelyn spun round. So you think this is a funny story?" She stopped talking and turned to the wall. Light flooded the room and the wolf shadows grew and spread, a great dark stain across the whiteness of the walls, until they filled all four walls of the classroom. The thump of many marching feet, mixed with the sound of breaking glass and gunfire, was loud and threatening. Black wolf shapes slid from the wall to the floor, making children scream and stand on their desks. Behind the spreading shadows in the room, dressed in a uniform that tucked into long boots, stood the largest wolf of all, so large that he filled a wall on his own. He held his arms straight out in front of him, and flames engulfed the shadow wall and burned the few remaining people shapes. When there were none left, the wolf leaped from the wall into the classroom, running at the children and dragging flames with him until the dry timber of the room itself started to burn. Children screamed and ran for the door, which appeared to be jammed shut, until Catelyn opened it and let them outside. "It's good to be able to get out, isn't it?" she said. "Not like the people in the beautiful city, eh?"